And of course, Hank Azaria as Agador Spartacus. My heat, my watermelon heat. Hello, I am Agador Spartacus. Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. A very happy Friday to some of you, a very happy Thursday afternoon to the rest of you wherever you are in the world today. It's another prop store listings reaction video. So this is for an upcoming auction that's on December 5th to 7th, 2025. So the Entertainment Memorabilia Live auction. This is taking place in London. So all the pieces we're looking at today are going to be in Great British Pounds. And then as usual, I will convert them into AUD. So got quite a few listings here, very like each end of the spectrum. There are a few things that usually it wouldn't be part of a movie that I'd cover on this channel, but it's more or less, it just means a lot to me, especially one particular piece from the Birdcage. Now, there is one particular item, as always when I do these videos, that I question the legitimacy of it, and that's not a knock against Prop Store, but upon seeing this and then seeing the discourse around it, well then, yeah, you've got to kind of question it when you've got people who are experts, fans, people who deal with this stuff on a daily basis questioning if it's legit or not. So we're going to be taking a look at that one. The very last piece we're going to be looking at is so cool to me personally because of it has to do with the behind the scenes of the first Elm Street. It's something so niche, but I just love it, especially the details that are inside said piece. There's no way in hell I can afford it, but we can ogle and look at these beautiful HD photos. Okay, first up, we've got a piece, well, pieces from Addams Family Values from 1993. We've got Wednesday Addams, Christina Ricci, and Pugsley Addams, Jimmy Workman stop motion puppets. So this is from one particular scene in the film. If I just click on this shot here, where the miniatures are at the top of the Addams house. I think this is when they drop the baby, I'm pretty sure. Yes. But yeah, I don't know, just very niche pieces, and it just charms the pants off you when they do like stop motion miniatures and stuff like that. And it's expected to fetch upwards of £8,000 for the set. So that's quite a chunk of change. So this lot consists of a pair of stop motion puppets made of foam latex over metal armatures. These puppets are designed to resemble Wednesday and Pugsley, dressed in their signature clothing from the film. These puppets each come with mounted on black and white diamond designed wooden bases. The lot exhibits stains to the clothing. You know what? Considering they're foam latex, they're actually in pretty good nick. I'm assuming because it's for like one shot in the film, that's all they needed, so they're not being moved a lot in terms of the armature inside, where eventually the foam on the outside can crack. So moving on over, we've got from a piece from Batman Forever, the Riddler, Jim Carrey's cane, estimated upwards of £9,000. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid and Batman Forever came out, all I wanted was a Riddler cane, and no joke, I got a piece of garden hose, like cut off a piece of mum and dad's garden hose, much to their chagrin, and wrapped it around like the question mark, and then got like a PVC pipe and tried to make my own makeshift cane. It was the saddest looking thing you'd ever see, but in my mind, I was Edward Nygma. I was the Riddler. And it looks like it's got a bit of wear and tear, probably from Jim Carrey throwing that thing around. Now, is this... the cane is made of resin and gold-colored metal plating. It features the Riddler's signature question mark and symbol as a handle. So I wonder if this was... Is it vacuum metallized? How they sometimes coat resin pieces. I don't know if vacuum metallized is the one where it's put in like a tank and there's a vacuum and a big bubble pops and it just coats everything with the chrome or the gold look. I have to get my terminology right, but a sick piece nonetheless. And £9,000, it's not bad at all, actually. I don't know if they actually made hero metal ones for the film. For the most part, they were resin and rubber, because obviously Jim Carrey's throwing these things around. But yeah, I don't know if they actually made like proper heavy hero ones. We've got another piece from Batman Forever. Chris O'Donnell's mask, badge, belt, buckle, and glove fins, which is very, very cool. Estimated upwards of £8,000. I didn't know the fins were green. That can't be right, because I'm pretty sure the fins are black in Batman and Robin. I'll have to go back and check and throw a screen grab over here. But like, this is a neat little set, man. And the eye mask as well. Let's see if we can see the back. Oh, yeah, there we go. So the back's always like pristine because of the fact that they've injected molded this thing. It's like a matrix mold. Don't know if this is actually screen used, because usually you have like glue residue from it being glued on Chris O'Donnell's face or his stunt double's face. Like, you could look down there and look at these parts and say, yeah, that's glue residue. I don't know, actually. Yeah, I'll have to check the description, but we've got the belt buckle there. So these are all urethane pieces, and you can see all the bubbles there where they've poured it into like just a standard block mold, which is cool because, like, you know, it's simple, and that's how they did it sometimes for these high-end looking bat suits, Robin suits, and the R, and then we've got that on the back. So we've got the screws there that screw into the back of the suit, well, into the front of the suit, sorry. Yeah, I'll have to double check those fins. And they've got like screw holes there. So B1, B2, B3, which is cool. They've got them all cataloged and numbered. So let's take a look. All these pieces in this lot are made of rubber. We know that. The lot consists of black eye mask featuring Robin's R and signature in the center, a badge, which also features the R, belt buckle, which is similar to Batman's, and 7 glove fins. What? 7 or 6? Why do we have extra? It's 6, guys. But yeah, it actually doesn't say if it's screen used or screen matched. Possibly production made, like spare pieces that they had laying around in the bat shop, I'm assuming. Okay, next up isn't a screen used piece, but it comes from the molds used to make the screen used bat suits for the Batman from 2022 with Robert Pattinson as Batman. So Batman's Robert Pattinson's cowl and batarang exclusive consumer product. I don't know about you guys, but I hate the terminology consumer product. It's so corporate and just, it gives me the ick. I don't know why. It's just too sterile. It's like, oh, we have consumer products here. So this piece here comes from a bunch of cowls and chest pieces they made that were given out to crew members, execs, and also promotion for the film. I think at one point, correct me if I'm wrong, they had one of these in a Cowls Jr. in like an acrylic display case. So both the cowl and the batarang are exclusive consumer products which were gifted to senior crew members and executives connected to the film. They were made during production by the same team who designed the originals. So there you go, from the same molds. None of the original pieces are currently available on the market, while this version of the cowl marked number 32 on its custom build display stand over silver ink is one of fewer than 50 made. So this is probably the closest you could get to owning a screen used cowl without paying like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Do we get a shot of inside of the cowl? No, damn it. I wanted to see that. So this is expected to sell upwards of £10,000, man. Again, it's the closest you can probably get to owning something that's screen used from the Batman in terms of the bat suit without it being screen used, but from the same mold, and it's made the same way they made the cowls for the film without paying, again, like $200,000. Still a cool piece nonetheless. Okay, next up we got a very niche piece, but from a film that is very near and dear to my heart. Armand Goldman, Robin Williams' Versace shirt from the Birdcage, one of my favorite comedies of the 90s. Just the pairing of Robin Williams and Nathan Lane was just spot on, just absolute magic. We've also got the late, great Gene Hackman in the film, Diane Weiss, Callista Flockhart, and of course, Hank Azaria as Agador Spartacus. My heat, my watermelon heat. Hello, I am Agador Spartacus. If you haven't watched The Birdcage, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you really need to check it out. It's just such a heartwarming film with just brilliant performances from Nathan Lane, Robin Williams. But yeah, this is one of the shirts he wore in the film. It's got one bid absentee, current absentee, one bid, expected to fetch upwards of £6,000. And like, it's a Versace shirt. So that's pretty fancy. And the fact that Robin Williams wore the shirt, even better. Gianni Versace, there you go. That's him with his son Val in the film. It's such a good film, man. I actually want to go back and rewatch it. I haven't watched it in a while. Every couple of years, it's on like my rotation. But yeah, such a good film. Okay, next up, we got a piece from Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Michael Myers' reshoot mask. I'm not sure if this is the one that Sean Clark owned, and before that it was my friend Charles. I don't know if that's the same mask. Estimated to fetch upwards of £20,000. Damn, okay. I do have a soft spot for this mask. I think it's a nice little return to form after Halloween 5 and the strange alien Nicolas Cage looking mask. It's a good screenshot there. So let's see if we can zoom on in and have a look at these details. Oh, geez, there we go. We're zooming right in. Whoa, look at that mold line there on the ear. Actually, this is great paint reference for anyone that does a Part 6 mask. Or if you're repainting, say, like a Tots mask. Love seeing that, man. Just the way they've glued the hair. You can see, like, aged bits of the adhesive. That's beautiful. After a slew of test screenings, The Curse of Michael Myers underwent extensive reshoots in 1995 with A. Michael Lerner stepping in for George P. Wilbur as Myers. The reshoots substantially altered the film, resulting in an original producer's cut. Theatrical cut, crafted in rubber, the mask is finished in the character's signature pale tone and topped with attached faux hair. Okay, that's pretty cool though. It's part of that lore of Halloween 6, the reshoots, which eventually led to having the producer's cut, the regular cut. So this is quite a neat little, integral piece in Halloween history. In a film that's not the greatest in the franchise, but still nonetheless, it plays a part in that film becoming what it was. Okay, we got a piece from the original Gremlins, Chris Wallace's made exhibition Gizmo puppet. Okay, so this wasn't made for film. Special effects artist and credited Gremlin creator Wallace constructed this 1:1 scale Gizmo exhibit from cast polyfoam and resin, adding brown and white faux fur over the painted skin. The eyes are made of resin. Okay, so this is for display for exhibition, so it wasn't screen use. Expected to fetch upwards of £16,000. Okay, so I'm assuming as well, like the Batman cowl, this is made using same pieces, make model materials, molds, stuff like that. The good thing about this is it not being screen used is there's no like real deterioration. Like there is a bit of wear and tear, a bit of fading, like the fur's probably a bit manky. And like you see a bit of wear and tear on the lips there. But given the fact it wasn't screen used, it's in pretty damn good condition. Look at his claws there. These little nails. That's actually quite a neat piece. I dig that. And again, like, keep that thing preserved, man. It'll last a very, very long time. Okay, we got another big whopper. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. One of my favorites, actually, in the Indiana Jones franchise, next to The Last Crusade. Don't get me wrong, I love Raiders. But I think my biggest hit of enjoyment comes from Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. So we got Indiana Jones as Harrison Ford's fedora, expected to fetch upwards of £300,000. Anything Indiana Jones, anything Star Wars, anything Back to the Future just goes for an absolute mozza. Made of sable-colored rabbit felt, leather sweatband is imprinted, Herbert Johnson Hat Company name and address. I love stuff like that, man. Let's have a look at that insignia. There we go. Beautiful. In London. I love seeing stuff like that. Indiana Jones, that's great. Made in England. Oh, that's beautiful. Damn, man. 7.25, okay, 59. Okay, that's his head size. Oh, talk about iconic, man. Whoever snaps this up, like, you've got the Holy Grail. I'm actually very interested to see if this does indeed sell for more than the £300,000 mark. I'm gonna guess yes, especially after that Vader Empire Strikes Back lightsaber hilt that sold just for millions. That's insane. Moving on over, we've got something from Friday the 13th, most notably Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Kane Hodder autographed Jason Voorhees hockey mask. Now this hockey mask was owned by someone who worked on the Elm Street franchise, but we'll get to that in a tick. So let's go down here. Originating from the film's special effects mechanic Charles Blardinelli. If that name rings a bell, Charles Blardinelli is the man that had a hand in creating the original Freddy glove from the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and Charles's hands were also used in the beginning of the film with the opening build sequence of Freddy building his glove. Those are Charlie's hands, and then he went on to do other films and then work on Friday the 13th as well. So this version of the iconic Voorhees mask was designed by special effects supervisor Howard Berger and manufactured by K&B Effects Group. It's constructed of vacuum-formed plastic, painted white, grey, and brown, with "To Charlie, Watch Your Axe" handwritten in black marker by Kane Hodder. So very cool autographed on the top by Kane Hodder, and this was in the possession of Charles Blodinelli. That's great, man. Zoom on in and take a look at that paintwork. Oh, again, great reference if you're painting a hockey mask. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I always love seeing the inside of hockey masks. I don't know why. Like most times out of 10, they're pretty plain Jane, but it's still just cool to see behind the curtain, essentially. So this is expect to fetch upwards of £50,000. Holy shit, Charlie. Cha-ching. Good on you, mate. Okay, I saw this piece and had to throw it in because it's like tugging at my nostalgia heartstrings. From Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the TV series from 1993 to 1996. Lord Zed's Ed Neal's helmet expected to fetch upwards of £24,000. Lord Zed is such a sick character design. Even to this day, I love the look of him. Practical suit, everything. And this is a great looking helmet. Do we get to see the inside? Can I see the inside? Can I see the inside? Please let me see the inside. Please let me pat the inside of that helmet. Oh, that's sick. Look at that. Oh, geez. We're going to zoom right in. Fuck. Hang on. Zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Again, seeing behind the curtain, seeing how gnarly these helmets are. But it just makes me feel better because a lot of times when I do display pieces, like life-size displays and everything, I have a lot of tape on the inside. And it's cool to see that on, you know, big budgeted productions, they've got like duct tape in there with the visor and there's like bits of adhesive, and again, makes me feel better about how I construct things. So very cool. Let's see what this is made of. This one-of-a-kind helmet was created by the show's costume department, constructed from fiberglass with metallic coating. The piece features interior foam padding for comfort. A brilliant piece. Like, talk about nostalgia and a half, man. So this is the piece I was talking about where I'm questioning its legitimacy. This is from Scream 1996, screen-matched, bloodied Ghostface mask with one bid, card absentee, £25,000, expected to fetch upwards of £100,000. So the reason why I'm questioning the legitimacy of it, and I saw a post pop up on, hang on, I've got the Facebook group here, I'm a part of it, the Scream and Ghostface collectors page. Now, there are a few people that chimed in on this particular post, sharing the link as well to the prop store auction. And there are a few friends of mine that chimed in who I trust, who are experts, who collect this stuff, who deal with this stuff on a daily basis. You know, one of them says, not a match. A friend of mine, Joe, said, awfully disappointing to see how this mask is being characterized by prop store. It's likely production, though unused and unaltered. Still a very cool item. What a way to sour things. Hope prop store makes this right before anyone puts any serious bids down. So again, these are people that I trust, and if that is the case, then that kind of needs to be reworded, maybe even repriced with the estimate. Because again, that's a big chunk of change, and you could have someone out there that says, well, that's legit, 100% buys it, where it could have just been sitting around on set. Though it does say bloodied, you look at that, and I don't know if that's dried up blood or that's just discoloration of the vinyl, which happens. Like, usually you look at this side, you look at the yellowing there, and that is usually how the vinyl fades and yellows, whereas that could be blood. It very well could have been used on screen, but also the fact that you've got these people, these experts who know these masks back to front. And I have very surface level knowledge of the masks used. Like, you know, I know the Gen 1, Gen 2, the Randy Death scene, you know, the EU, the pre-2010 EU, multi-dot, all that stuff. But the full ins and outs, these are the guys that I trust. Then someone suggested maybe the choking mask scene. So when Casey goes to take the mask off Billy or Stu at the beginning before the knife gets raised up, people are questioning possibly it's that mask. Either way, I possibly think Prop Store may have to go back to the drawing board with this one. And this is the thing, you need to reach out to experts like this on these groups. If you are Prop Store, it's just like a gentle little suggestion. Reach out and be like, hey guys, we've currently got this up for consignment. What are your thoughts on this? Could anyone possibly screen match this? Just so we got the facts right when it comes time for this to go under the hammer. Okay, we got another piece from Batman Forever, this time a Batman cowl, Batman Val Kilmer's cowl prototype on Kilmer's live cast. I love seeing prototype stuff. I love seeing what could have been with costumes, props, stuff like that. This is, look, it's a bit worse for wear, But I've seen a lot worse considering that this is not screen used and probably just a test pull from the mold. Actually, let's zoom on in. Let's see how it looks. Oh my God, look at that. It looks like a lollipop you dropped on the fucking ground. Oh, wow. Okay. So I don't know if this is the final... Oh, wow. You can see the flashing and everything there. The final look at the Panther cowl. So this is expected to fetch upwards of £7,000. Okay. This black foam cowl, an in-shop fitting created to help finalize the design and sizing for the final cowl seen on screen. Originated from a crew member. It features pointed ears. Very good. Good observation, guys. And it's displayed over a white plaster life cast of Kilmer. The foam cowl exhibits some cracking, you think? That's still a cool piece nonetheless. Yeah, it definitely looks different from the final Panther cowl just because of the base there. There is a tab that goes down that houses the chest emblem from what I remember. But yeah, still a cool piece nonetheless. Let's cruise on over to our second last piece from A Nightmare on Elm Street for the Dream Master. Production made Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund, Chester Souls makeup appliance. Expected to fetch upwards of £8,000. So there you go. Production made. I like it when they're like, hey, this was made for production, but not used on screen. If it was screen used, if it was definitely used in the Dream Master, you'd have to bump that up to like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So this lot consists of a cast urethane full chest and abdomen appliance with details including burnt flesh and suffering faces throughout. It's a great description. You look at the back there, back of the urethane number 2. So I wonder if this was crew gifts or just made just for the hell of it, because from what I remember, the original appliances were foam latex because it moves a lot better. It's a lot more flexible than urethane. So I think this is a Kevin Yeager piece, which is very cool. But yeah, I just like the fact that they're like, look, it's production made, not screen used. That is what I like to see when they actually just state it was made, but you know, it comes from the same mold, which is pretty cool nonetheless. So moving over to our final piece, and one that I want so bad. I think this is one of the coolest Elm Street pieces I've seen, and it's not screen used per se. It's for the behind the scenes. It's from a crew member, Christine Rideout. A hand-bound, annotated special effects production binder and script. Expected to sell upwards of £3,000. So I checked the credits for the end of the first Elm Street film. Christina worked in the special effects department and the stunt department. So good on her. She's Jill of all trades. But this binder is so sick because not only does it have the script, but it has the contact details of the special effects crew. And just other little notes here and there. You see Christina's copy of Nightmare on Elm Street, an original film script by Wes Craven, April 10th, 1984. So there you go, pieces of the script. But if we move on over to here. So special effects coordinator Jim Doyle, who designed and helped build the glove. That's his address. Christina. Floor effects Lou Carlucci, who helped build the glove. Opticals Peter Kelly. Assistant in the rotating room, Jamie Upham. That's sick. That's so cool. There you go. Charles Bloodnelli, who we saw had the Jason Goes to Hell mask up for auction, who also helped build the glove. 1326 Amherst, number 8, Los Angeles, California. I don't know why I get fascinated with stuff like this, because these are the people that helped make this film and just how obsessed I am with it. This is stuff that sometimes I'd prefer over screen use pieces. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd take the screen use glove over this any day, clearly. But I think because you got all like the scribbled out parts and little highlighted pieces, little like sticky dots there, like little notes. Actually, let's see what she's written here. Above her as if floating in thin air. Okay, the killer mocking her, his scalpel claws gleaming in the streetlight. See, stuff like that, man. I love that. That's so cool. Used by special effects assistant Christina Rideout. This lot features a 123-page script dated April 10th, 1984, inside a light blue canvas 3-ring binder. The title page features Christina's copy, handwritten in shimmer ink. The script features handwritten annotations throughout, with some marked with numbered red dot stickers, including this is a page of special effects crew contact sheet. That's like, what a way to end out this video. I wish I had the scratch for that, because I would totally grab that in a heartbeat. Like, what a special piece. And there you go, guys. Those were a few pieces from the upcoming prop store auction. Let me know your thoughts down below if you've seen and looked at the listing for that Ghostface mask, and what are your thoughts on that? Again, that's when you can always go to these Ghostface Scream Facebook pages, because you've got fans, you've got experts that deal with these masks on a daily basis, and it wouldn't hurt at all for prop store to reach out to these groups and be like, hey, like I said, this has just come into consignment. What are your thoughts? How do we label this? How do we word this? And if it's production made, screen used, screen matched, those particular wordings can make or break the pricing of certain auctions. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below, guys. And any ones that I didn't cover, let me know which ones stood out to you. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.